Hello, it's Trish from Hobby Hoppers. I'm here to show you how to make another easy washi tape card. Start with what you need to make the card. Start with a card base. I've got these square card base and envelopes from Uniquely Creative, which are available in my shop. They're 13.5 centimeters square. So you also need some washi tape, 5 or 6 or more or less, doesn't really matter. You can do it with whatever you like. I'm going to be using these Christmas ones again from my shop. You need some cardstock, plain and coloured. I've got some pre-cut ones here. Because the card bases are 13.5 centimeters, I cut these down to 12.5 centimeters, so there's half a centimeter on each side, and I cut these coloured bases down to 13 centimeters so that they just peek out, and then when I put it on the card base we'll have a little mat for it. You need a pencil and an eraser. A light pencil is preferable, a very light one, because you don't want it to show through the washi tape, and it can if the washi tape's translucent, not solid, which a lot of them are. And you'll need a ruler or a craft knife or both. You could use scissors. I'm not going to use them probably today because I'm a lazy crafter and I like to just use the ruler. I'll show you what I mean by that shortly. And some sentiments. I've pre-made my sentiments because, I don't know, if you're anything like me, I like embossed sentiments, but look, I've had 5 attempts to get one, and actually the first one that I made was the best. And I was trying to make several so I could make several cards, but of course something went wrong. I stamped one off center. My heat tool left a mark. I accidentally brushed against and left a mark with my heat tool. I blurred this one, double stamped it, and yeah, I wasn't lucky today with my embossing. So I've got the very first one that I made, and I've used the Have a Merry Christmas sentiment from the Lawn Fawn Shutter Card Holiday Sayings. And I've added the little extra stamps from the same stamp set to embellish the stamp there. And I've cut it out with the Uniquely Creative stitch nesting circle dies, which are also in the shop. I'm going to link to everything, so I'll stop saying that everything's available in my shop, and I'll just link to everything down below. I've also cut out this little gold from some gold foil cardstock using the Uniquely Creative stitch scallop circles, and that fits nicely around my sentiment there, so I'm going to stick those together to make my sentiment today. I think that looks kind of cute. Adhesive, craft foam. I've lost my glue tape, so I have to open another one, and I'm going to use some foam squares to create some dimension on my sentiment today. And embellishments, which are completely optional. You don't need them. The cards look great with or without, but if you want to add a little bit of extra, I've got some choices today. I've got some stars. I haven't tried those before, so I'll give that a go. Some holly. These are just from my craft stash. I've no idea where I got them. And I've also got some Uniquely Creative glass domes, which are cute. I like these because they're clear, they bring out the colour of the card that you're using, whatever colours you're using, but they still add a bit of shine. So that's another option. Okay, let's get straight into it. Here's my cardstock. I've got my ruler, and I'm going to rule a diagonal line from one corner to the other. These cards, my mum taught me how to make these cards. She makes a lot of them, and I thought, why not share it with everyone? A light line from corner to corner It's important that you get it right in the corner, because it'll make it a lot easier down the track. Now, washi tape can be translucent, especially stuff like this, which, you know, or this one, which has got sort of clear. You will definitely see grey lead lines through those. So I like to erase and just leave the faintest line that I can see. You probably won't be able to see it on the video, but it's just for me to use as a guide, and I can see it. So yeah, you probably can't see it. The first step after that is to lay your first washi tape. So we're going to lay it from the corner to the first triangular line there, and we want this first one to be as straight as possible, because this will indicate how the rest of your card goes. If this one's not straight, the card won't work very well, and I know this because I've already made that mistake once. I think that's straight, and I can almost not see my line myself. I'm just going to check it. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to burnish that down, but I'm going to leave the end up. Take that off, and then I'm going to take the next one, which is ribbons, Christmassy ribbons, and I'm going to lay it as close as I can to the stripy one without leaving a gap. And again, I'm not going to push it down at the end. The next one, I call this one Christmas lace. No, red lace I call it, because it's not necessarily only used for Christmas, but it does work well for Christmas cards. Next, I'm going to use the holly. And tartan. I love this one for Christmas, using this one for Christmas. Now, if I had chosen 6 washi tapes, which initially I did have this red foil one to use, but I decided that I didn't want any foil on the background of this card, so I'm just going to use these 5. So I'm going to take the first one and put that at the end, and my pencil mark's a little bit dark there. Just going to lay that down as close as I can. Now, I always have this grand idea that if I put the top one that I used to the bottom and change it and keep them in order, that will work the best. Now, I can't pick anything else up with these nails, so I'm going to use tweezers from Denise's Luscious Labels tweezers. I'm going to turn this around because I'm right-handed. My friend Desley and I got our nails done for the first time in 2 years after all the lockdowns last weekend, and yeah, I can barely function with them. They're a bit long. But if you see her videos lately, you'll probably see that we've got almost identical nails. Both got pink, and we both got glitter. Slightly different pinks, but very similar. We're twinsies. I am lining up my ruler along the line, corner to corner, and I'm putting pressure on the ruler where the washi tape is. And then I'm just going to tear the washi tape making sure I add pressure wherever I want to tear it so that it tears cleanly. If it doesn't tear cleanly, you can cut it with a craft knife, which is what my mum does anyway. She uses a craft knife and just cuts but not all the way through. You need a sharp craft knife for that. Okay, that's one corner done. I'm going to cut the corner of this off so that I can fold that one down. I'm just going to fold these over. You can just cut them off, that's an option. And if you were going to pop this through a die cut machine and make a different shape out of it, I would definitely advise you cut them off rather than fold them, because you'll go through the die cutting machine much easier if there's only one layer of washi tape. Okay, one corner is done. Next, we'll do this side. Put that back in there so I don't cut myself. And I'm going to start with the tartan, the second one. Oh, anyway, that works. Doesn't really matter. Now, again, I'm going to line that up with the corner. And tear. You can cut. Again, when I was making these with Mum, she kept saying, why don't you use scissors? I'm like, because I don't like using scissors. I like tearing it. You're either a tearer or a cutter. I think if you have more patience, you cut. My phone just stopped recording. I'm not sure why, so hopefully there's not too much missing, if any. I did notice straight away, so that's good. Oh, that's not very straight. I'm going to do that again. That's the beauty of washi tape. Repositionable. And the ribbon. Again, with these nails, I can't do anything. Use Denise's tweezers again. If you like these tweezers, you might be able to get something similar. I'm not sure what design she's got in the shop at the moment, but you might be able to get something similar from Luscious Labels. Turn this one up this way. And lines. Put some lines down. And the one I started with again, tartan. Put that down there in the corner, straight as possible. Okay, pull these up. I'm going to put my ruler down again. You want to be careful that you haven't missed the corner a little bit. If you want, to make these line up so there's no gaps, so you could overlap a little bit. It's probably better to overlap a little bit at this stage than not, because you don't want any gaps and you won't notice an overlap. Okay, pressure down on my ruler. Easily tear these washies up. These little scraps you could pop down on a piece of paper and make some washi paper out of, so that you can make another card later. If you want to know what I mean by washi paper, I have another video on how I make washi paper, what I call washi paper. That's pretty good. It's nice and straight. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to fold these over again. Tilly, if you can hear my dog crying in the background, she's having a hard day. Her dad went to the office today for the first time in 2 years after the lockdowns all started. And truth be known, he didn't go to the office because he could and has to. He went to the office because he wanted to go for drinks with boys after work. So, can't blame him for that. We've been locked in the house together for a long time. Okay, now I started with the tartan there, so I'm going to put that on the bottom. Oh, And I'm going to put the stripes on the bottom because I already started with that one. I'm going to start with the ribbon this time. I'm going to turn it upside down again. Okay. You can see my line there, just. Just kind of lining it up with what I've already done. Burnish that bit down. Lace. I keep trying to keep them in order by stacking them so that I do them in a pattern, but to be honest, these cards look so effective no matter where you put the washi tape, so it doesn't really matter about that. They look really great when you use sets too that already complement each other, if you can't be bothered trying to figure out which ones look good together. You can get a washi tape set and just use the set. See how easy it is? It's coming together. Use this one on the end. Now, I have to turn it around every time to use the ruler because I'm right-handed and that's just the way I like it. So, if my mum was doing this now, she would probably take the craft knife and half cut into the... Although once she sees me using a ruler, she might change her mind. It's much easier than trying to get a straight line with a knife. You could use your washi cutters if you've got some of those. If you've got one from Fox and Cactus or Lime and Mortar, that would work. But a ruler does the job, no problem. Oh, I've got a little gap there. I'm kind of not happy with that, to be honest. So I'm going to take that bit off and reposition it. I'm just going to redo it. I don't want any gaps. Make sure I line my ruler up against the other washi tape. That's better. That's better. I don't know if you could see that, but I'll take my craft knife and cut this corner just so it doesn't overlap when I try to fold it. Can you hear Tilly crying? 3 sides done. It's pretty quick. It's pretty easy. Okay, I started with that one. Already started with that one. And I've started with that one too. So this time I'll start with... Actually, I don't want to start with the holly because it's a very translucent one. And I like these lines to be really clean. And a good way to make them clean is to use... just overlap a tiny bit so that the line of this washi cleans it up if you've got any messy bits. If your craft knife or ruler is, if your ruler's not thin or your craft knife isn't sharp, it's really hard to get a straight line along here. Trust me, because I made one with an old craft blade and a fat ruler and it did not work as well. It worked fine, but it wasn't as easy. Okay, now I'm going to put the holly down. It's a very windy, miserable, rainy day here in Melbourne today, which is also upsetting Tilly, so hopefully you can't hear her sulking. I've played with her, I've fed her, I've given her treats, and she's still not happy. Lines. Tilly's my dog, in case you didn't notice. I mean, in case you didn't know. Tartan. Oh, I'm almost off camera there. Let me move this. Okay, so my phone crashed again. Not enough storage. Need a new phone. Need to sign up for iCloud or something. But as you can see, the method is the same. Just fold over all the ends. I forgot to cut this bit. Cut it now with my craft knife. Just from the corner across, and then you have, and you can fold over, and that's it. We've got our backing, our washi tape backing. I'm just gonna tidy that up a bit. It's a little, there we go. Isn't that easy and effective? Okay, so we are ready to put the card together. I'm going to start by attaching this to the backing. And a little bit in the middle, I think. Now, get this straight and pull it towards me a bit more. I think I got the permanent. I've got the permanent glue tape, so I need to get it right the first time, which I didn't. It's too close to that edge, but that's okay. I can always trim that off a little bit. I don't really want to peel it off. Oh, I probably could get away with peeling it off because I've just stuck it down. Okay, try again. I think I've done a better job that time. Yes. I like these. They're good and solid. Make sure I'm opening it the right way. And I'm going to put this on the card base before I put the sentiment on, I think, because I want to add some dimension and it's just easier to do it that way. Oops, I want it in the corner. and one in the middle for good measure. There's another one. Okay. Sometimes I do this with liquid glue so that I can shimmy it around, but let's just hope I can get it in the right spot and don't have to reposition it. Good enough, I think. Good enough. Okay, now my sentiments, I'm going to make a little bit, I don't know whether to pop the whole thing up or just pop that bit. No, I think I'll pop the whole thing up, so I'll just put this on. Here, like so. Straight enough. And then I'm going to pop that on there. That looks pretty good. And yeah, I'm going to pop it up because I thought I might put some stars. No, I'm not into those. Some holly maybe. Yeah, I prefer the holly. I'm going to use my foam dots. I'm going to put one maybe there and one maybe there. Okay, let's see if I can get this done before I run out of memory again. I'm going to put some dots on the back of this. Square things. I've got notes written on the back of my die cut, so I remembered which one I used. bit more evenly on there, but anyway, does not matter. Okay. Ta-da! And we could pop that on there. And we'd have a finished Christmas card, I think. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Okay, so I finished the card by popping some foam squares under the holly there just to pop up the leaves a little bit, and that's all done. Now I'm going to show you some other cards that I've made. Not necessarily Christmas ones, but same technique. And some of them actually weren't made by me. This one was made by my mum, who taught me how to do this. And that is the gold and green one. This is another one by mum. It's a blue, nice blue one. That one there is Desley's droplets washi tape. And then we've got this one, which I've shown on my Instagram feed. I made this with pink ones. I've added some stickles to the washi tape to give it some shine and some little flowers, and I've used the Magic Messages Lawn Fawn stamp to make the sentiment. And then this is another one that I made. Another pink one, of course. Magic Messages again, and I think a uniquely creative die there. Of circle die. This little one is made with a Vicky Bouton set of washi tape, and I've just added little gems into the centres of some of the flowers to add a bit of bling. And again, Magic Messages Lawn Fawn. This one, another pink one. This one's a bit different. It's a rectangle. I think I've shown this on Instagram too. So I didn't use the diagonals for this. This one I just placed them down quite randomly, but similar effect. This one here was sent to me by my mum to thank me when I sent her some flowers one day. Lots of coppery tones, and what I love about this one is she's put the stickles right in the crease there of the washi tape, which looks really cool and just adds something extra. This one has got Dina Wakely washies and some Vicky Bouton washies, I think. Again, they're available in the shop. And this one is probably my favourite Christmas one that I've made, and it is very shiny. All the foil tapes I've used, similar to what I showed in the video, in terms of style with the holly. And I've used the giant holiday messages stamp and embossed it in gold, and used the coordinating die, which is the scallop, and then the coordinating oval die from the the coordinating die from the giant birthday messages from Lawn Fawn again. So that's definitely my favourite out of all of them, I think. So there you go. I'd love to see some. If you make some, please tag me. I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.